Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Shooting Fadeaways. I'm your host, Peter, and man, summer's about to come to an end. Summer's coming to an end. You know what that means? It means football season's coming up, and pretty much right around the corner is basketball. So, I haven't really done much this summer. I probably talked about it before. I said I wasn't gonna release too much episodes this summer just because I'm busy and I you got shit to talk about. But I definitely will. But when basketball starts, I'll have more content, more shit to talk about, more guests. I will have more guests. I'm hoping more guests. But yeah, I decided I was like, you know what? I need to record an episode. Just because I'm kind of lazy today, so I was like, I'll do something. I'll do something. Just a little something. So yeah, so pretty much I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. I'm just gonna blab on. But before I go on, DeMarcus Cousin, man, he tore his ACL. Fuck, man, that's damn. He's shit, man. The past like 2 years, man, he's been injured. It's freaking crazy what he's going through. I mean, hopefully he makes a full recovery and he comes back, but most likely he's not gonna play this year. So it sucks. I wanted to see him play with Anthony Davis again, and LeBron James. So hopefully, next year, he re-signs with the Lakers. That'd be pretty cool. Or yeah, that'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool if he does. So, but yeah, shout out to DeMarcus Cousins, man. I feel your pain, man. Injuries fucking suck. Not much has been going on with basketball news. Yeah, not much. I haven't really I mean, I've been keeping up, obviously. I've been keeping up, but there just hasn't been really big news going on. I mean, you hear little stuff here and there. The whole all the rookies saying that who is it, Cam Reddish? He's expected to win Rookie of the Year. They're voting for him. So hey, you never know. You never know what's gonna happen, man. I'm just excited that basketball is like literally 2 months away from the day. It's well, actually, yeah, it's pretty much 2 months away. Um, yeah, I'm freaking excited. So, ready for freaking basketball fantasy. I am doing football, but I don't really care too much for football fantasy. It's like a 1 week kind of thing. With basketball is like an everyday thing. So I'm super excited for that. I did get a request to talk about some stuff with fantasy. Um, well, not about fantasy, but pretty much had a buddy of mine that wanted me to talk about not all the number one picks, but the biggest bust of number one picks. So I was like, should I do it or should I not? But I was like, you know what? I got a request, so shit, screw it. Why the fuck not? So for this is personally what I think. Out of like all the number one picks that were a bust, truly the number one I think is the worst number one pick was Anthony Bennett in Cleveland Cavaliers in 2013. I mean, Cleveland had a chance to get Victor Oladipo, freaking Giannis, or Rudy Gobert in that draft. I mean, nobody was thinking that those guys would be, where they are now. But when you look at it now, it's like, damn, you passed up three great players in the draft. And guess what? I hate the Cleveland Cavaliers, so it makes it all better for me. You're wondering why I hate Cleveland? I think I mentioned before, it's because those fans bitched and cried when they lost LeBron, but they still had a basketball team. You still had a team. While Seattle, we fucking lost the whole franchise. So you may lost fucking one of the best players, or one of the best players, but you didn't lose the basketball team. You still had one. You literally had Kyrie Irving drafted next year, the following year, and look at him now. He left because he didn't want to hear your bitch ass cry anymore, you know? But anyways, I don't want to talk about Cleveland. Fuck Cleveland, man. Fuck Cleveland Cavaliers. So fuck the fans, because you guys are fucking little bitches when LeBron left the first time, and that shit pissed me the fuck off. Anyways, yeah. So during that draft, so Victor Oladipo was actually the number 2 pick in that draft, I believe. He was, yeah, he was the number 2 pick. So look at him now. He's shining in Indiana Pacers. He's actually coming from an injury. He's expected to not be back until December, so that is going to affect a lot of fantasy drafting. If you guys are, I would definitely not draft him unless you guys have a big bench. Then I'd draft him just to keep him. But I most likely would just wait to pick him up back probably in December, maybe December, January, around that time, maybe late November, maybe still available. Yeah. So also freaking Giannis Antetokounmpo, man, he was believed the 15th pick for the Milwaukee Bucks. So look at him. They passed up an MVP. He just won MVP this year. So that's freaking nuts, man. So 2013-19, so 6 years later, he wins MVP. So sucks for Cleveland. You passed him up. And then obviously Rudy Gobert. He's a defensive player. He's a center. He was drafted number 27, I believe, in the first round. Look, shit. To be honest, anybody's better than freaking Anthony Bennett. And I think he is the worst pick ever in all of NBA for first pick, that is. For the first picks, which stupid. Cleveland, you're stupid for that. And then moving on, actually, I didn't have this guy on my list. He's not a bust, but Andrew Wiggins, he's kind of, he was the number 1 pick, and Cleveland actually picked him up. Shit, I didn't write it down, but he did. Cleveland actually got him with the number 1 pick, but they traded him for Kevin Love. I'm pretty sure everyone remembers that. But yeah, I think he's a bust. He's kind of a bust because he has so much potential, but he just doesn't do anything for the Timberwolves. It sucks, man. And I was talking to my buddy Tommy about it. He's like, he has so much potential, he just doesn't try hard enough, and that's what I think about these young guys now. There's so much potential. Nobody wants to really work hard. And I think the last group of people that actually consider, or the last person I thought show that trait, always busting his ass off and everything, was Kobe Bryant. I think everybody after him, no. Like, Kobe was all about winning. He didn't care about his... he didn't pass the ball a lot, but he's still one of my favorite players. He worked hard to always try to win. He did. He always worked hard. And I believe Michael Jordan, this was a while back, but it's on YouTube. You can look it up. So Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Look up that interview. That one's pretty funny. But Michael Jordan, I forgot what the question was, but they asked him about these players like getting paid, and Michael Jordan was talking about how his generation, they worked their ass off to get paid, to get the money they deserve, while all these younger guys now, this new generation, are pretty much getting paid on potential, which is 100% true. Everyone right now is getting paid on potential. Back then, if you showed you had talent, you proved that you had talent, you got sponsors, you got paid. Now everyone's just getting paid. Look at it. Andrew Wiggins got a max contract about 2 years ago or a year ago, and he still hasn't done shit. So I truly believe that, I'm not gonna knock on somebody getting their money. That's what it is. But as NBA owners and the GMs and everything, they need to look at these guys and say, hey, you're not performing, so you shouldn't be getting paid. It's kind of like any regular job. God damn it, is that an airplane? Fucking bullshit. All right, whatever. I'm just going to talk over it, so I don't care. If you guys hear it, my bad. I forgot to shut my window. But yeah, it's just like, like at any other job, when you're underperforming, they're not going to want to keep you. They're not want to give you a raise. And that's what I think with athletes too. You have to treat it that way. Obviously, I'm not a professional athlete, and hey, they do work on their crafts, but these guys that don't perform well are getting overpaid, which is freaking nuts. It is crazy. And so yeah, I do agree with Michael Jordan when he had that interview. It's everyone's getting paid on potential. Adidas, Nike paying like all these young guys so much money to endorse their stuff before they're even performing, playing a single NBA game, and that's what Jordan also said. So I definitely agree on that. But anyways, I'm gonna move on back to my topic about the number one bust. I just needed to get that out of my system. I think the second, I'm just gonna do only the top three, I believe, and the second one I believe is Kwame Brown. Everyone knows that Jordan drafted Kwame Brown in 2001 to the Washington Wizards. Terrible, 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 terrible pick. It's not worse as Anthony Bennett. At least Kwame Brown was passed around and he played here and there, but it was a terrible pick. I don't know what Jordan was thinking. Oh shit. Shit. Oh, that sounded nasty. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a burp. Jordan, definitely a great basketball player, but a terrible owner on getting players. Definitely terrible basketball owner. Hopefully he kind of turn around. But anyways, Kwame Brown, he sucked. Everyone knew he sucked. Let's see, looking back at that draft, you had Tyson Chandler, you had Pau Gasol, Shane Battier, Joe Johnson, Zach Randolph, Tony Parker, Gilbert Arenas. You had all those players. Obviously, some of those players didn't shine till later on, but you fucked up. Jordan fucked up by taking Kwame Brown. So, I think probably taking Pau Gasol would have been the best. Nobody knew Gilbert Arenas would become Agent Zero. So when Gilbert Arenas came in the league, he wasn't used as much. But then when he went to the Wizards, that's when he fucking shined. So, obviously better than Kwame Brown. So, obviously better than Kwame. Oh, and by the time Gilbert Arenas went to the Wizards, I don't think he owned the Wizards anymore. He sold it. So, yeah. Let's move on. I don't want to talk about Kwame Brown. One more. I'm keeping this short, guys, because I don't really know what to talk about. And the last one that I think is also a bust is Greg Oden, which a lot of people would say yes, he is. A lot of people said pretty much injury prone, man. He just got injured. I mean, the thing is, Kwame Brown just wasn't a great basketball player, and same with Anthony Davis, wasn't a great basketball player. With Greg Oden is a different situation. He just had bad knees, and that's just pretty much destroyed his career. If he had great knees, I don't think he would have great knees. That kind of sounds weird, but if he was healthy, he would have had a great basketball career, I think. So, but it sucks. But I had to put him on there because he's considered as a bust. Because guess who was right behind him that drafted him? Seattle Supersonics, or not drafted him, but drafted the second pick, Seattle Supersonics, Kevin Durant. So, I mean, if you look at it now, Kevin Durant's the MVP. Look at him. So, Portland had a chance to get Kevin Durant, but they chose not to. I actually replayed. Oh shit! I actually replayed this in my head. I was like, what if Portland drafted Kevin Durant and the Sonics drafted Greg Oden? That would have been fucking great because Seattle was already. The Sonics were already moving. They planned on moving. That guy, freaking Clay Bennett, fuck you, motherfucker, was planning on moving the Sonics regardless. So if they had him and they moved the team, they would have had a bust pick. And that would have been the greatest thing for Seattle. But the thing is, they had Kevin Durant, and he dominated the league. He dominated it. But yeah, I mean, I replayed in my head. I wish it went that way, but it didn't. Some also... other players that were picked in that draft was Al Horford, Joakim Noah, Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol was a late second round, and look at him. He's an all-star player. So, see, like, it doesn't matter where you get picked, man. If you can prove that you can play, you can be an all-star / superstar. So, anything can happen. And that's what pretty much happened. Everyone picked all the bust. 2013, 2001, 2007. Those were the number one picks that I thought were in the top 3 for biggest bust in the NBA. And I can guarantee you 99% of you guys agree with me on that shit. But yeah, shit. I don't know. I really ran out of topics to talk. You guys are pretty much just hearing me fucking just ramble on about shit. My cousin's supposed to be in town this coming weekend, so hopefully I can get him on an episode, and most likely will. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. Probably talk about his homie, his best buddy, his lover, Kawhi Leonard. You already know. Everyone knows that he fucking loves him. I actually will be talking about fantasy soon. Maybe I'll definitely, not maybe, I will do an episode on that. About how our fantasy is set up. But yeah, as of right now, I don't really want to talk about fantasy. I want to say thank you to Jennifer for joining our fantasy league. For our basketball fantasy league, I appreciate that. I pretty much just asked her and she joined. She said, I was like, hey, I need some help, and she literally joined the league. Quick story. There was some drama again. It's fucking ridiculous, dude, how much drama fucking fantasy basketball is. I guess when there's a lot of money, there's so much drama. But anyways, last year, our league, we pretty much, all 7 of us, plus a burner account, agreed that we were going to play multiple years together. We all agreed on that. And then technically, we agreed that I was going to find an 8th. I found an 8th, but then he bailed out on us. And then I tried looking for another person, and they just didn't want to join. So I was like, hey guys, I'm bringing back the burner account. And John, he started complaining. He's like, hey, I thought we had an 8th. And I was like, no, I couldn't find an 8th. I'm tired. I'm not going to waste my time looking for another 8th. I was like, we have 7 of us plus a burner account. Let's just go with that. It worked last year. Apparently John thought there was some problems with it. Never really spoke up about it. And I've told everybody, I was like, everyone needs to speak up. If there's something wrong, let me know. If something happens, let me know. If something looks shady on my part, let me know. Nobody really lets me know. So there's nothing you can do. Like, if they don't let me know, then I'm going to just let it keep on going. Or if I find something shady, I will just step in and just cut that out. So that's what I've done. Usually anything that involves with me doing something, I need the league to be on point and let me know too if it's something wrong. So all it takes is one person to say something to me, and then we'll try to fix it. But nobody speaks up, so it ain't my fault. Everyone has my number. They can text me, so not my fucking problem. Actually, it is my problem now. It is my problem. But anyways, John pretty much said that he was going to be done after this year, and I was like, well, we all agreed that we were going to play multiple years, and I was like, this is not going to work, because even though it's not a dynasty league, we're not doing a dynasty league, but we play as a dynasty, as in all of us are going to stick together. And with me, like, your word is our bond, And I had Gene say, well, it's not a dynasty league, so technically he can leave. And I was like, yeah, but we talked about it, though. I mean, like, when somebody says they're going to get your back, you hope to get your back. And so if that's how it's going to be, then I just can't trust you. And when Gene said that to me, when he said that, well, John, he can technically leave because it's not a dynasty league. But I was like, dude, we're all friends. We all talked about it. We all agreed. You should be on the same side as me. And after I told him that, he pretty much kind of got it. But yeah, I mean, it's not a dynasty league. So, but even if it was a dynasty league, he can technically still leave and fuck everybody over. So it doesn't matter what type of league it is. It's all about us coming together and agreeing that what we said we will stick to. And that's what we said, multiple years. And John said, I was like, I'm going to play 1 year and leave. And I was like, you know what? I was like, hey, I'm not going to, he's like, well, if you are for sure going to leave after this year, I was like, I might as well just kick you out, because I don't want to spend next year looking for more people. Trying to replace you, and then we're trying to replace the burner account. So I was like, all right. Right when I asked him, I was like, hey, so you are done after this year? And he said, yes. Have it on text. And I kicked him out of the league right away. I'm pretty much a savage with that shit, because I'm kind of done with all the drama. I thought we solved it all, the problems, all the rules and shit that we wrote. I'll go through that with you guys in another episode. But not today. I'm just going through that drama shit. And so that's when I texted Jennifer. I was like, hey, Jennifer, want to join our league? I was like, I need your help because I lost somebody and I just need somebody to join. It's $150 buy-in. I told her, I was like, hey, for your buy-in, I will pay half. And so she's only paying $75 while I'm going to pay the other half, because this is her first year. Obviously, next year she will pay the full amount. But it's me. I'm just trying to help. She's helping me out, so I got to help her out. And then obviously her waiver fees for the year is all waived off, so she gets free waivers for fantasy. I'll go through that, like I said, another episode. So she pretty much joined, and I got her. I was like, I told everybody, and everyone was cool with it. And then I knew John wanted to come back. I knew that fucker couldn't stay away. So he texted me later that night. He goes, "Hey, so you're just playing with 6 people?" And I was tired. And I was like, I don't want to text you right now, man. So I texted him the following day. I said, no, I was like, I have an 8 total. So I got 7 plus the burner account. And he goes, well, he's like, why can't I just play with that? I was like, well, you said you were leaving next year. And I told you that this league is meant to be for multiple years. And if you decide to leave now, if you decide to leave after 1 year, then there's no point in keeping you if you're not guaranteed to play the next 4 to 5 years. And that's what everyone has agreed to play long. I believe 4 years. Yeah, I don't know what you agreed to, but we agreed to at least multiple years, at least another 2 years. But on the rules that I wrote, I said 4 years, so everyone is playing 4 years now. But anyways, John said, well, yeah, why don't you just come back? We have a total of 8. And I was like, well, dude, you're just gonna leave. I just don't want to deal with that shit. I don't want to look for more people, deal with this, blah 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 bullshit. And he's like, and we kind of just went back and forth, and he pretty much understood what I was saying, because he didn't want me to just have people go joining the league and leaving, you know. So pretty much I knew he was feeling sad and wanted to keep on playing, because he did get the #1 pick for this coming up year. So what I did, I told him, I was like, if you agree to play for the next 5 years, I will ask the guys if I can bring you back. And then he agreed. He was like, all right, screw it, I'll play. And then so I asked everybody, everyone agreed, and then I brought him back in. I took the burner account out, so now we have a total of 8 people. And I changed the rules a little bit. Changed the rules as in, I wrote these rules that I wrote on this document. I wrote at the bottom of it, said, by agreeing to all these rules and you're staying in this league, you agreed to play for a minimum of 4 years, I believe. I think 4 years. So pretty much everyone agreed to that. I know no one's really listening to this probably those guys are not listening to this podcast, but I wrote a clause in the rules. Oh, it's fucking hilarious. So pretty much I told Lung about it. You know, he's my best buddy. I'm always going to fucking tell him about it. And I told Jennifer, I wrote a clause that says first place will give Peter, me, 20% of your winnings, and second place will give 20% of their winnings to me. I wrote that clause in there because I wanted people to read the rules, and if they didn't like it, everyone has to agree. But no one has said anything, and they already are in the league. The rules are set. I can't change anything, and so everybody, so pretty much my buy-in is gonna be for free. It's pretty funny. It's pretty fucked up, but I wrote it there, and Lung. And the thing is, I wrote it pretty hidden, and Lung couldn't find it. He's like, I couldn't find it. And then when he tapped on his screen, he saw it, and he was like, well, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's like, all right, 20%, whatever. But pretty much for me, oh shit, the garage is going off. Sorry about that. Oh shit. Yeah, somebody was coming home. Fucking garage went off. Shit. Alright, oh shit, I don't even know what I was saying. I totally fucking forgot. But anyways, I'm just gonna repeat myself probably. But I was letting John, I pretty much asked everyone if John could come back in. And pretty much everyone said, yeah, let's give him another chance. So I told him, I was like, hey, everyone agreed. I pretty much gave everyone, I was like, hey, you got an hour to let me know if I should bring back John or not. And everyone agreed. But, well, not everyone, but only a few people voted. The other people that didn't vote, I pretty much, their vote, I take in consideration as my vote. So, and I just said, I was like, you know what, let's just have John back. We have a total of 8 and all that stuff. And blah, blah, blah. It worked out. It worked out. And, you know, John, he said that he wanted, an 8th because he wanted to have more money. And I was like, it is a lot of money on the line now. So, yeah. Anyways, I got it. Yeah, he wanted more money. I was like, dude, there's nothing I can do. It's hard to find somebody that's going to commit for multiple years, you know? So that's really hard to do. And the thing was, I got lucky and I was able to, get Jennifer, because I asked Jennifer first a while back if she wanted to join, but she didn't want to. And then she pretty much knew that I needed someone. I needed her to join, and so she definitely helped out. So she's the MVP for that. So shout out to Jennifer, real MVP. She the MVP. But anyways, I did talk about the clause that I wrote. So the clause, obviously 20% comes to me for first and second place. So that shit's about to be fucking funny, man. That shit is about to be funny because if people don't pay me that, I was like, it's in here. You do have to pay. Lung saw it. John was like trying to reject it. I was like, you know what? John ain't got no place right now to reject these rules or anything like that. I was like, I just kicked you out. I could do it again. I could easily kick you out and just bring back the burner account. But obviously, I could probably might change it. The thing is, I'm the league manager, and since I set everything up and do all this stuff, I've known other leagues that actually pay like a 5% commission to the league manager. I did this as a joke, but it might be kind of serious now. It might be serious. I probably might drop it to 10%. I think 20% is a little too much, but screw it. I don't give a fuck. These guys, I got to keep their ass in check and make sure they've always fucking pay attention, you know? And so pretty much, this is how it's going to work. So if I win the league, that 20% will just be put into next year's pot just to make it fair. So, yeah, so 20% of $800 is what? I can't do the math. 160. Yeah, 160. Yeah, 160. That's a lot of money. So, hey, man, I'm getting paid. I don't care. It's all good. And the thing is, everyone's giving me their money first before the league starts. So, I will have the money in hand. Obviously, waivers. I'm not going to get too in depth with this. I'll talk about it more later. But the waiver, we get 2 waivers a week. One of them's free. The second one is $20. So whoever starts using that a lot, you know, potentially you're spending almost $400 if you end up using $20 a week. So, which is crazy. There's a lot of money, a lot of freaking money involved in this year. We raised up our buy-in so we can take away that $5 waiver shit that we did last year. It was fun, kind of confusing a little bit, but this year will be a lot better. Next episode, I will definitely talk about the fantasy rules, what I wrote, how I set it up, and all that shit. But yeah, I wanted to before I end this, this is for Lung. We were hooping just the other day, and I was like, Lung, you gotta be confident in your shot, man. You know, obviously we were just joking around, just messing around. And then I was like, you're getting too cocky, man. You gotta be confident. You can't pass the word confident and be cocky. And I told him, I was like, I'll do an episode releasing this Friday. I'm gonna talk about confidence. So confidence for me is that, fuck, man, I don't know. Just be confident whatever you do. I don't care if you suck at it. I don't care if you miss your shots. I don't care if you fucking whatever it is. Just be confident in what you do. It's kind of hard. I mean, because sometimes nobody wants to be a loser and nobody wants to be embarrassed and stuff like that. But there are things that I get embarrassed about too. But I try to laugh it off and make a joke out of it, and that's how I build my confidence. I turn everything into a joke. Pretty much everything's a joke. I'm always laughing. But yeah, I just make it fun. And then I do get too competitive. When I get competitive, I turn that confidence into cocky, where I challenge people and stuff, where the odds are against me. But usually when I come out with a victory, I'm like, see, man, I told you, man, see, all confidence, but I was actually just being cocky. But yeah, so yeah, just pretty much my advice, just everyone, just have confidence in what you do, man. Doesn't matter what it is, whether you're writing a paper, whether you're doing homework, whether you're at work, whether you're talking to people. It is hard to have confidence, but just be proud, man. Just be proud. Don't matter if you fail or not, dude. Like it's all about learning, you know? Like every day you're learning something new, whether you notice it or not. And it's just taking that and just rolling the dice and just going with it, man. Cause just like when I'm working on my jump shots, you know, like I may miss a lot and I get frustrated, but what I was saying to Lung, you know, like I adjust my shots, and like I would miss a shot and I'd be like, oh, I'm just I knew what was wrong, because like sometimes it might go left and I'm just like, oh, I'm actually not balancing the ball right, or the ball is short, I'm not putting enough power to it. So I always say, oh, I just need to adjust. And that's what that's what you guys should learn too. Is just like, if something is like not going right, adjust to it. If something is like, like you're shit, I'm fucking stuttering, but if you're like doing a speech, if you notice like staring at people, it's making you nervous, adjust, stare straight at a wall or something, that's behind them, something like that, something so little. I'm not trying to get into detail with this, but all I can say is that there's always another way, and just adjust to it, pretty much my basic knowledge of getting over fear and being confident is just adjust one little thing at a time. So this is for you, Lung. I know you're listening, because you and Timmy are the only one that listens to my podcast. So adjust your shit. And I know you're tired of losing to me in basketball, but hey, man, it just happens. I know this guy been been practicing without me, because he's getting way better. I was like, God damn, man, he's making his shots more. I was like, his jump shot is getting a lot better. So obviously I know Lung's been practicing, so he's trying to get better. That's another way to build your confidence, just practice. And that's what Lung's been doing, man. That jump shot is getting wet, and I'm just like, shit, I gotta step it up a little bit. And he noticed I've been doing a lot of things differently, just to keep him on his toes, so I can stay ahead of him. But yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna end this episode here. Give a shout out to Lung and Timmy for always listening to my podcast. I appreciate you guys. Whoever else is listening to this, let me know so I can give you guys a shout out, because I appreciate it. I don't know if Jennifer's listening to this or not, but I don't blame her. She got a kid, so she's got a kid, and she's got to deal with Tim's grumpy ass. But yes, anyways, I appreciate you guys listening to this podcast. I'm gonna still keep on doing this, obviously. Appreciate all my my friends, those guys, that group of people I just mentioned, for always listening to my stuff and supporting me, dude. I really fucking appreciate it. So I love you guys, and next episode I will have a guest. If not, it might be in the next few episodes. I don't know what order each episode is going to come out, but I will talk about fantasy too. And yeah, so this is Shooting Fadeaways, and I'm out. Peace.